This motherfucking Deuce got me sweating and shit. Word to God. Ho, fuck with your boy. C5. Okay, nigga, I got him. Point him out and I got him. Let him get a little buzz, then we robbing for pollen. We ain't killing no minors, you niggas still in the minors. And your bitch, we gon' blind her, can't pick us out of the lineup.
Another edition of The Truth. I'm your moderator, P Player 2 Cole, joined by co-host 25.
Oh, it's 28 now, brother. 28 Savage checking in. How y'all doing this morning?
2 year show, cuz.
My main man, Coop.
Man, what to do?
And my main man, H Money Moolah in the building.
In the building.
Let's go ahead and get into these topics, guys. We got a slew of them today. Slew of them. First, we're going to start with my main man, H Money topic. Why are men held to such a higher standard when in a relationship than women? Tell them why, Harry. And tell them what standards first. What standards are they?
Well, honestly and truthfully, a man has to have everything going for itself in a relationship. Has to be established, has to have a nice job, a nice little income, got to have all the qualities that woman is technically looking for at that time. Majority of leading, being able to pay for everything, making sure everything's done, dictating pretty much how everything goes. But on a woman's end, she could be working a bullshit job. She could be horrible at decision making. Like, it's just a lot of shit that they don't do, but they want you to accept it as the man because technically you're supposed to have all your shit together at the end of the day. And I don't think that shit is right. I think the same way that they hold us to a standard, as far as like they want us established, A1 credit, be able to go out and do this or buy them this and buy them that. A woman should be held to the same standard as a man.
They should be able to buy you that shit.
Straight up. Or buy the shit for their damn self instead of want me to pay for the shit.
You're a man, brother.
Calm down.
I ain't got shit to do with it, cuz.
You're the protector, the provider.
And I'm going to protect the shit out of her.
Provider.
Still need her to be established.
You're a provider as well.
I am. But that her income going to help out too, though.
Yeah, but yours is the more substantial income.
True. But
So
that don't listen her.
So it's not like you picking and choose when you want to deal with that,
No, I'm
brother.
not picking and choosing. I just think they should be held to the same standard that we are. Just how like they don't want no nigga that can't do this and can't do that. They shouldn't get mad when they try to approach a nigga that's up on a higher standard and the nigga be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not dealing with you. But see, we'll be wrong if we do that shit.
I'm good. I'm dead.
Like straight up, we'll be wrong if we do that shit to a female. But a female can literally, if you don't have this job, oh no, you don't make enough for me. You don't do this, you don't do that. But when a man is established and a female come like that, where you work at?
That before?
Yeah. Well, like she sit up there work a bullshit ass job, and like she wants you to do everything, and then you be sitting up there like, well, you know, how you trying to better yourself? Like, you know, you say you're not happy that like what you gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna stick it. Nah, bro. Nah, that shit ain't finna work. The same way you like hold yourself to the same fucking standard that you hold me to. I shouldn't have to sit there and accept your bullshit. Nah.
Cool. The voice of reason, baby. I know my man Cool coming through.
Why are men held to a higher standard than what women are?
And relationship. Yes, sir.
Relationships. Shit. I don't really have no flat out answer for that. I would probably say a lot of people, like I said, we tend to repeat what others have, what we've seen or what we've shown. Most people seen that their dad probably be the provider and be held to those type of standards by their mother and their grandmother. So I think history, I think people have a thing with repeat history. So when people see that or see that a home is established or see that's the proper way that a home is ran, we typically tend to repeat those same things because, hey, we see nothing wrong. We see nothing broken within that structure. So that's the reason why we typically do it. I also think, too, a lot of, if we're just talking about black people, black women, I think that a lot of time black women go off what they they hear in the church and see in the Bible. In the Bible, men are held to a higher standard than women. So a lot of women repeat that thing. A lot of women repeat that. So a lot of women hold men to that standard from which they read in the Bible, which they hear people preach, which they hear their parents talk about, from the mother to the father. So I think that's why men are held to a higher standard. I think it's something it's systematic. I think it's something even in white society, you see their men held just to a higher standard, just like black men. So I think it's a society thing. I don't think it's just what women think. So if you want to, typically you want that standard to change, you would have to do a lot of reprogramming for it, getting people out of certain ways. And I don't just think that.
So how do you feel about it? Like we understand as far as everything that you articulated as it relates to why, as far as the potential reasons, for example, the Bible, for example, upbringing, for example, things that they may have seen. Like, how do you deal with it and how do you feel about it? That's a two-part question.
How I feel about it, I mean, it's only fair. I feel like it's only fair if a man allows himself to be put in that situation. If you're a man and you state who you are, what you are, what you're going to go for, then you're going to have to deal with it anyway. But, hey, you're more than likely maybe be somebody who's more open-minded to, hearing what you have to say instead of regurgitating that same information. And how I feel about it, I mean, to each his own. I can't sit up here and I don't think it's right all the time because of the simple fact that every man can't meet those standards or should be forced to meet those standards. But if there are people who want to meet those standards and who believe in it, then hey, there's nothing wrong with it. Me personally, I don't really care for it because I just think that sometimes some of those standards are unrealistic.
So how do you curtail those expectations once you see them? Being that you don't really deal with.
I mean, I don't think there's no way you could. I think either you're going to apply with those standards because that's what that woman wants, or you're just going to move around. I don't think that you can force anybody to, not want something or not believe something that, what they believe in. I think it's, you can sit up there and have a conversation, but for as you changing somebody's mind of what they saw, what they believe in, I think that's something that's very hard to do.
Cool. Let me ask you a question. So, we've said on the show, numerous times how we think men and women cheat pretty much about the same. Like it's 50-50. Right?
I don't know if that's true, but yeah, we said it on the show. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So let's just say in a relationship, if a man is found out, or if it finds out that the man cheats, the first thing is, he was a dog, we knew he wasn't shit, all this and all of that. But if the tables is turned and a woman cheats, the first thing that'll be said is, it must have been a reason why she was cheating. Maybe she was going through this, maybe she was going through that. When a man cheat, if he was feeling some type of way, he should have told his wife, all this and all of that. So technically, in that sense, a man is held to a higher standard to where, we shouldn't cheat, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. And, if a woman do it, okay, it's a reason behind it. That shit cool? I don't think that shit's fair.
Yeah, no, it's not cool. But hey, we set up here. We did a show on double standards too, and we saw how a lot of double standards work against men and work against women. And that's just something that you just gonna deal with in society. Like we set up here on the show. It's not right, but that's the way the society's gonna look at situations. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be no way you can change that.
So you don't think you can be able to, as far as set clear expectation, as far as some of the things that you are willing to do versus what you ain't doing do? You don't think women or are growing more so out of the ways of their parents, grandparents, also the Bible as well, that they are not willing to collaborate on these things as far as being things being more equal in this day and time?
I think some people are transitioning to different ways of belief, but I also think there's a lot of people that haven't transitioned either because of the simple fact. I just think that's what a lot of people are going to believe those things no matter what is said and what is done. That's just the way they was raised. So a lot of people just going to think that way. and it takes time for some people to come out of the ways that they think. So that's just my honest answer. Have a lot of in my experience, have a lot of women budged on some things. In some aspects, yes, but in some aspects, no. Like in some aspects, women have budged, maybe some on a financial tip because of the simple fact of the money that they make. But I think some other things that women not gonna budge on. I don't think it's gonna be hard for women to budge on the one that Harry just mentioned with the cheating, with Forrest cheating. I just think some things not gonna change. I just think that's just the society we live in. And just like we got women with double standards, like we think women, if a woman does this and she labeled as this, it's just gonna be just as hard to change those labels that stereotype or that double standard that how men are seen.
Cuzzo.
Yes, sir.
What you got, baby?
I think the answer to the question is why we are held to a different standard is because I believe there's power in money. Money is power. So going back to the old days, I think all this was about control, being able to control a woman. Excuse me. I believe that back in the day, the man was the breadwinner, the woman was the homemaker. He was able to say what goes, what went, and how things went, things of that nature, because he made all the money. He made all the decisions. All the decisions were final through him because, again, he made more money. Well, fast forward to 2019, I think there's an issue now because, for two reasons. Men don't want to be held to that standard any longer because too much of the brunt would be on that man's individually. And secondly, you see women aspire to be the bread, or if not the breadwinner, they want to have equal pay, if not more pay in the home, because they have the attitude or the mindset that I don't want to have a man holding anything over my head. I don't want to have a man telling me what to do just based off the fact that, he does make X amount of dollars more than myself. So I think that's the answer to the question.
But in the same breath, they want all that other shit too.
What's that?
In the same breath, they want you to, as far as being equal, they still want you to do all these different.
Okay, yeah, like buy stuff and.
Yeah, I mean all the other shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. No disagreeing here. But I don't partake in that way of thinking. I don't indulge in that way of thinking. I'm not with those ideologies. I don't practice dating in that mind frame.
If you want to date me, you make the first step. You be the aggressor when courting, right. All that crazy shit.
All that bullshit. I think, now don't get me wrong, it's not a walk in the park, because like Harold mentioned earlier, I am guilty of meeting a woman and realizing she's not up to those standards or even the standards that she may hold me accountable for. And shit, I make a decision right then and there. I'm probably going to move on from you, or we just going to be friends, we just going to converse here and there, we might just have sex or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing seriously you and I can do from this point moving forward, because you don't meet my standards, and my standards are much like yours.
But see, in that same token though, but then like the female will be like, oh, this nigga think he all of this and all of that, and blah, 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 blah. But then when they do it in the same token, like it's just cool.
I've been subjected to those type of questions and their behavior as it relates to who the hell you think you are, and so on and so forth. But I'm okay with that type of criticism, because I'm not going to waver from what I believe in. I believe in the fact that I don't think, like, even if you're in a relationship like marriage, I believe there is a such thing as the head of the household. I believe a man probably does have veto power, but I'm not a fool to believe I have all the answers. You dig? So I'm not saying that we can't be partners, we can't be one or anything of that nature, but in the infancy stages of meeting somebody, I'm okay with you asking me who the hell do I think I am, right? Well, excuse the fuck out of me for wanting the best version of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to settle for less than that. Because like back then we called them gold diggers, right? Mm-hmm. To me, gold diggers were always the women that didn't have what they were asking for, were out for monetary gain from a man. Well, I don't think that's so much change now, but I think women do have more opportunities now than they did ever. Mm-hmm. Like Jonathan and Cutter said on the show before, we have more black entrepreneurial females than we ever have, period. So I'm okay with a woman having a standard. I'm okay with a woman aspiring to meet a cat who does X, Y, and Z. I'm not okay with that woman bringing that method of thinking towards me and she doesn't meet those same standards. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do all the heavy lifting. I done said that 100 times. I'll say it 100 more times. I'm not going to do all the heavy lifting.
What's heavy lifting? What do you consider heavy lifting?
Oh, man, that's a good question. It's a long answer.
Paying all the bills.
Like even when like you spoke a few seconds ago about meeting someone, like I'm not finna call you all the time blindly. I'm not finna text you all the time blindly. I'm not finna ask for your time all the time blindly. I'm not finna offer all my time blindly. In a relationship, I'm not going to pay all the bills. I'm not going to have the brunt of the decision making all on me. Like I do want your opinion about certain things. I'm just not going to do all the heavy lifting because if that's the case, what do you as a woman do? What do you bring to the table? Because I think the package I bring to the table is a pretty decent package. I think if you throw it against the wall of another cat, it's gonna stick. So you'd have to do the same thing because we done said this before. Pussy come dime a dozen, I got $1. I can have sex while I get something to eat. You can't just bring that to the table. It's nice, especially when it's good, but hell, who ain't offering that? If
Shit,
you
that's all them motherfuckers
you want to
offering
have
these
staying power, you need to show that I can match your income. I can manage money just as well as you can. My credit score is yours. I do have a 3 to 5 to 7 year plan. You know, when you ask those questions, I stop. I'm not saying I stop asking those questions, but I stop when I don't get a plan behind it. Like I just move on from that point because you
Like, how long do you give them to give you a plan? Just say, for instance, they're not used to someone like you that's inquiring about their future or asking them what they're trying to do in the next 3 to 5 years. Like, they be like, do you give them, if they don't have an answer at that point, do you move on or do you give them time to come up with something?
If there's a woman who I meet who has a 3 to 5 year plan and she asks me what is my short and long term goals and I don't have any, you think she gonna stick around and keep talking to me?
Nope.
So there's no double standard here. The woman won't allow me to have one. So if I do ask her these questions, that she starts fumbling or she has something that isn't, she can't give me something that's tangible to show and that she's on this track to getting here, then should I deal with her the same way a woman of that stature would deal with me?
That's probably fair. Cause me in the late 30s. Yeah, I can't even accept you not even talking about it. I try like, you know,
Sean, what you want to be in life? I don't know, bro. What?
Oh shit, I ain't really thought about that.
Hold on, girl.
Yeah,
talk.
You know, you in your early 20s, shit, I can't even answer you.
I remember telling you I like asking these questions in person. You know, whether it be over dinner, whether it be just sitting.
Oh yeah, you gotta see how they move.
You want to see their body language.
Yeah, you gotta see how they move.
Because boy, I'm doing reading. You look at there are two sides of the brain. There's the visual cortex and there's the imaginative cortex. That's how you tell.
That boy putting them up on guy around this thing, boy.
One side of the brain can tell you when a person is lying. The other side is tell you this. You know, remember back in the day, somebody said, "Look me in my eye and tell me."
Right.
The purpose behind all of it was, it's not to tell you that there's lying. It's to see which way the eyes go. If the eyes go to your left, that means they're lying. That means they're accessing the imaginative side of the brain, meaning they're making something up. If it goes to your right, that means that they're looking for stored memory. So if you're talking to a person and you engage in conversation and they start drifting off to your left, that means they're full of shit. That means that they're thinking of something to probably impress you, or they're trying to conjure up an answer that may be deemed acceptable. The eyes go to their right. It's something that they can read off. They can just fire off the top of their head. You know what I'm saying? Could have that backwards, but I'll read up on it again and tell y'all.
Nah, when they look to the left, that's when they been creative. Right is their comfort zone. They would say they could pull from memory because they had already been through it. You right?
These boy here, listen. These boy here putting them bachelor's degrees to work today.
Huh?
Boy putting them bachelor's degrees to work today. Let's move on to the next topic.
Respect my game.
Already. Next topic. As we get older, do men and women tend to settle as it relates to mates? Again, as we get older, men and women, I ain't singling nobody out because I think both parties settle as they get older. Do you tend to settle? Cool.
Shit, I mean, I would probably lean toward more yes, but probably not. I'll say yes. There's a lot of people fact. I think as you get older, I think you just pretty much realize, hey, you sit in your ways, the other person in their ways. You kind of see your faults. You can see that person's faults, and I think that as you got older, you better equipped of dealing with something than you were when you're younger. You're more tolerant to deal with some things than what you were when you was younger. Now that you're older, you probably have a little bit more patience. You probably have a little bit more understanding. dangerous probably at the point in life where you realize that you halfway through your life and maybe just want a life process. Even though that you probably technically it might not be everything that you want or every person that you love. Hey, you'd be like, hey, I could deal with this for this advantage. Either that be financial, emotional, spiritual, whatever advantage it is that you might be fit for their relationship to be. So I think as you get older, then you are more likely to settle.
More likely to settle. Woo! Hey, I agree with that, Cool. I agree that as we get older, men and women, you are more likely to settle, especially from when you're just say early to mid 20s. As far as the things that you want, a lot of the time, especially us as men, we mature a whole lot slower than women. So the things that we may have thought we want initially or wanted initially, we don't even care no motherfucking more. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? As you get, just say your early 30s, mid 30s, you don't even like women that talk that much. You know what I'm saying? As far as just, you're too loud. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like where you working at? You know what I'm saying? Or you working a fast food job, that shit ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like in your 20s, as long as you were cute.
Shit, I get a meal out of
yeah,
that
shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'll be able to give me some of this motherfucking McDonald's, Burger King that's killing me. It's killing me. This bitch killing me faster, and I don't even know it. And women too. As far as a particular guy that they wanted, it may not be as far as what they want. As far as having this certain type of type, I know we both have. As far as things that we like, as far as what we envision. Somebody making X amount of money, this color skin, this color hair, this color skin, this type of haircut, this type of hairstyle, dress this way, drive this type of car. You know what I'm saying? On both parts. I ain't even talking about no double standards. I'm talking about both parties, men and women. We have this visualization as far as what it is that we want, and then the older we get, that shit go away. First, you ain't want talking about it with kids. Now you selling for somebody, baby, one or two kids.
One or two
kids. Yeah.
Like, everybody got kids now. So you might as well just sell them one.
Her kids almost out the house. You know what I'm saying? She is like-minded like me. And then at the same time, the older you get, and the more, hopefully, the more information you get, the more smarter you get. A lot of times you find it just so difficult to just talk to people. You know what I'm saying? The people that you may think, as far as the ones that may have just say if you had an instance like one with no kids or something like that, you realize this shit is hard for me to have a conversation with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There's one with 2 kids, we can talk forever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just that what shit. She got 2 kids, and I ain't really want to deal with no kid because I ain't got none. So you end up selling it.
Stepdad it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, Junior. Cuzzo, what you got, baby?
Shit. What question? I drifted off like a motherfucker. Well, what question, Adam?
As we get older, men and women.
Absolutely. 100%. Yes.
1,000. You never thought you'll do. You'll do. Yeah. You know what? I ain't never bringing no one in my bedroom. Well, Come on here, baby.
Yeah. I think.
Good job, baby. Shit, hey, kudos to you. Shit.
Like John said.
Come on now, sister wife.
You do the shit.
Threesome.
Men and women do the shit.
I don't think them niggas doing no threesome good with another nigga back with his old lady, man. Go on, let her go.
You don't think so?
Hey, let her go, man.
I think nigga would.
Yeah. Well, when you meet that nigga, you let me know.
No, I'm not
old lady. Somebody random, yeah. That nigga old lady, that's tough, fam.
Say, Smoke. My old lady said she really like you, man. I'm trying to see if you come through.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at you hit her.
I'm good on that.
Like,
I'm good on that.
Don't watch me smash it.
It's your partner. They high five me shit out that nigga, man. Come on, man.
I think when you touched on it last week,
I do it one time now.
It kind of rose my antennas because I think a lot of women who get in their 30s, and especially in their mid-30s, they start to have a different outlook on life, and they start to settle based off things that they wouldn't do probably 10 years prior. Like you said, they have a different outlook on, hey, I want to attract this type of man. I want a guy who driving this, who working here, you know, stuff like that. A lot of materialistic things and a lot of physical things that probably aren't important to them as they are in their mid-30s. So I definitely think women do it. I think men do it on the counterpart of a lot of things were probably physical when you were younger. You looked at a lady and you just wanted her to be bad.
Clock ticking down.
To whereas when you get older, you realize that a lot of women don't have a lot of substance. They probably bring the most problems. You think to yourself, you know what? Let me get somebody that don't look like you.
I'm trying to tell you, this one over here, man. Her shape ain't as tough as yours, but she can manage the fuck out of some money.
Yeah, she got it together. She's responsible.
I ain't got to worry about nothing.
She
got a good old 401k with these crackers.
She's intelligent, you know what I'm saying? She understands what it takes to make it in life. She's not content.
She got a plan.
She got a plan, all those things that nature. So I think, like y'all said, things become, what was important then isn't important now. So I definitely think that we settled. Now, and then another phase of that question, present moment, after you dated or after you've been in relationships for X amount of time and you realizing this shit ain't working for you or you just keep running into bad situation after bad situation, I think more people settle in that regard, meaning maybe I thought I was out of my league type shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't kept trying to get with this type of woman and shit. It just ain't working out for me. So let me
with the type that I want, so let me try something different.
Right. Even with race, like you look at a guy who probably, and I don't even know if that's settling. You know, experience would probably beat him across the top of the goddamn head. He want to try something different, but to me, that's still settling. I think when you look at a cat who probably has been in bad situation after bad situation with a black woman, he wants to start dating white women now.
Yeah. It's true.
What?
Oh, no, go ahead, finish, brother.
Okay. I think even with women, you know, I've heard women say that. You know, I don't know a lot of women personally who said it, but I've heard about, you know, women dating white guys for those reasons. You know, they can't.
They treat them better.
Yeah, they treat them better. And them be the ones that kill you.
Call you nigga girl.
Mm-hmm. Why y'all in bed? You probably like the shit too.
Probably laughed at it on the coop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just role playing.
Yeah. Nah, he meant that word.
He meant that word, that motherfucker, boy. That nigga said the ER.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people sell it in that regard as well. You can sit here and dress up however the fuck you like to dress it up, man, to where it suits you.
How you feel about the saying, as we move on to Harry with this question, I know he's going to knock it out the water. And you too, Coop. How you feel about the saying that love has no color? This just a question I want to ask.
I don't know.
I'm saying how you feel about it. I mean, I know you don't know. I'm asking how you feel about it.
I don't think I've ever been in love, so man, I couldn't tell you. I can't answer that shit. Like
I'm saying how you feel about the saying, love has no color.
Shit, it don't. It don't. You ain't finna catch me fall in love.
Cool, what you got, man, going on?
I mean, I agree with it. I don't think you can have no. I don't think you just have no. I don't think all the time you just can control who you fall in not in love with. So I'm agreeing with it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest crock of bullshit ever.
So you think?
I think you control who the fuck you fall in love with.
So when white people fall in love with black people, you think that was just out of, you think they control, like they did it on purpose?
You control that shit 1,000%.
How?
You control that shit 1,000%. You control who you be around.
How?
You control. Right. I'm telling you, control who you be around. You control who you choose to open yourself up to. Like somebody don't just love you just based.
So you can control.
So you can control who you got shit in common with.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, by choosing to engage in conversation or not engage in conversation, or choosing to be in this person's presence or not.
Correct.
So you can control emotions.
You ask me, can you or can't you?
Can you? You can control emotions.
I can control mine, yeah.
So
I'm assuming you can control your. So yeah.
So you can control.
No, wait.
Hold on.
I'm talking about the majority.
No, nigga, you talking
about. I ainain't gonna motherfucking majority.
You said I can control my.
No, I'm saying
can majority.
Yeah, I think you can control your emotions.
You can have the availability to. How many people probably have the opportunity or the availability to. They don't know how.
How many times you been on this show talking about a partner like, cuz nigga just like, you know, nigga just cuz no.
I'm saying
a lot of niggas can't control their emotions.
I'm saying at that point, you choosing to. I ain't giving that shit no pass.
So you choose
ain't
to be
getting no
angry
damn
at
pass.
So you choose to be angry at somebody?
For the most part, yeah.
Man, you don't get your ass out of here.
Nah,
That don't
most
make no
people-
damn
Listen,
sense.
cause like
Jonathan.
you, like if you do something to me, it's a decision that I'm making to give you that power for me to be mad at you for whatever.
Some emotions are reactionary.
Some-
Anger is one of them.
Some are, but we ain't talking about that shit. We talking about as far as being in love and who you love. That's what we talking about. I ain't talking about.
But love
I ain't,
isn't-
I'm saying,
Hold on.
ain't just like that.
What you say, Cody?
I'm saying I don't agree with it because of the simple fact sometimes you can't control your environment. You can't control when you grow up in. You can't control the school you go to. You can't control the people who you interact with all the time. So you just can't sit up there and
Well,
say,
maybe as a kid you can't, but as an adult you can.
no, if you're a child and you grow up around,
been around all this same
stop.
shit.
If you grow up around white people and don't,
I'm saying, but you
and
still
feel
making a
comfortable
choice.
around, and you feel comfortable around white people or black people, either or, and you come around and talking to those people, and even though regardless you may see color, you still can't help the fact that you and those people have something in common. You just can't sit up here and just say, whatever. You feel
I
that way.
can, and I do.
Yes, you
But he
know.
just said
I'm
to the
saying you
minority.
can,
You
but you
talking
can't
about
say that's a
majority,
proper shit for
though.
everybody.
Nigga, majority of the people on this damn at this damn show feel the same way.
We know. We
feel
No,
some way about
because
what?
we all, and you know why?
Dealing with people with opposite race.
Because we all grew up in black, predominantly black neighborhoods.
Nigga, most black people grow up in most black people.
Yes.
So if
yes,
but are we not talking about the majority?
We just talked about, nigga, if you go to Purdue or you go to somewhere else and you may not be around as many people, nigga, you just want to find somebody who you got something in common with.
They got black people that go to Purdue.
Yeah, but you also more around white people. So you can't.
I'm saying, but we've been around white people. You act like white people is foreign to us.
No, but you can't. What I'm saying is, because you feel that way, you can't project that shit on everybody.
I'm not projecting on nobody. I'm saying at that point you making a choice. At that point you making a choice. And I'm talking about you being an adult. I'm not talking about you being a kid where if your parents move to suburbia.
If you feel comfortable around people, brother, I don't think that you could just sit up there and say,
What do you mean
hey,
comfortable around people? What do you mean?
people are comfortable talking to people. That's how you let your guard down and how you get, and that's how you start conversing with people when you're comfortable around people.
Yeah, I'm saying that, but okay. What about, okay.
So my whole point is, if you're comfortable around this person, allow yourself to get to know that person, and allow that person to get to, and they allow you to get to know them.
But that's still a choice you making, bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's just say you're at work. You sit in a cubicle next to a white lady. Y'all engage in conversation all the time. She's a very cool white lady. You're an open-minded person.
You bring some green bean casserole, bro.
I ain't eating that shit.
I ain't eating that shit either.
Throwing that shit in the trash.
I'm
Smooth.
good. But
Fold the plate in half.
you know how some co-workers like to go out or go to happy hour after work.
Well,
Hold on.
So we have to talk about the average black person, because you can't talk.
Let me get here, brother. Just let me get here. So y'all go to happy hour. A lot of co-workers exchange phone numbers. Y'all probably in group threads. You notice that you and this girl click. Y'all set it off. Y'all got a whole lot of things in common. There may be a level of intimacy a level of intimacy that interjects in the conversation between you and that lady.
Real deal.
Y'all go there. So seeing this lady 8 hours a day, you sit right by, y'all talk up, y'all have sidebar conversations about everything, y'all kick it outside of work. Are you saying you can't control? And I'm not saying you can't control physically. What I'm saying is emotionally, you can't control how you feel about that person individually. You can control that.
Yeah, I think you can.
How? How do you do that? By just stop talking to her, like, you know what?
No,
I'm
saying, listen, just because I'm having a conversation with you, or just because I even share information with you, that don't mean shit to me. But I would have to take myself completely out of the realm, right? But if we're talking about the majority of black people grew up in black neighborhoods in the States. So you have these here and there that grew up with white people, but the majority of us grew up in predominantly black neighborhoods, around predominantly black people for the most part. Yeah, we've been around white people, but for me, like, I understand that there's nothing on this earth tougher than a cracker. Whether it's a Spanish one, whether it's a French.
So,
I'm saying I've been in corporate. I'm saying I've seen
I don't see how you can speak.
Latino was tough.
them who?
Latinos.
Nigga, what the fuck have you been talking about for the past 10 minutes?
Hey, man, go ahead and finish, brother.
I'm saying,
I don't.
Latinos ain't just crackers, man.
Put that to them.
What?
Go ahead, Cuzzo.
Thank you. This nigga here tripping. That's what I'm finna say.
Already. Ace Money. The question on you, brother.
Look, man,
y'all
I really don't.
Hush up, man. I'm about to hear this shit.
No.
How in the hell you gonna sit here and say you feel this way about white folk and then speak for the majority? Because all black people don't feel that damn way.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying that you do. What I'm saying is that Cody is saying you grow up around these people, you feel what I'm saying is the majority of black people in the United States grew up in a black neighborhood around predominantly black people. Right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that as far as they're not outliers, as far as I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm not speaking for the majority, but I am saying the majority of black people in the United States grew up around black people.
Do you think the majority of black?
So tell me what is your point? You just saying that? So you saying this bullshit that people saying that love is blind?
Correct. I feel that way. Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
How can you call that bullshit when you just can't sit up there and know what every person thinking?
I can't know what every person thinks, but as far as using logic, I can use logic.
Why do you feel?
Because you talking about a selected people, you're talking about the minority. I'm not talking about when you talk, you talking about the minority. And when I talk about the majority. So yeah, it may be bullshit to a person who going up around who dealing with white people, but for the most part, a majority of us grow up around each other. That's all I'm saying.
So majority, what do you work with? White people, correct?
I work with black people.
No, I'm saying before you started your own before you started doing.
I work with black people.
Majority of work
black
around
people.
white people.
Black people.
I've always a majority. If you talk to a majority of people in corporate America,
I was in corporate America, and I'm telling you, majority was
not. When you working at hospitals and when you working at a lot of these places, you work around motherfucking white people a lot too.
Right, I'm not saying that you don't work around them, but you're asking.
Okay, so let me get back to what I'm saying. So Sean even said we even said it last week on the show. When you're around your coworkers, what end up happening? You end up fucking with your coworkers too, correct?
I guess that's correct.
But and you talking about majority. So
that's correct.
What you talking about? If you're talking about majority of black people work with white people.
No, it's not who you work. It's not who you work for. We're talking about as far as who you work with.
You get relationships now, right?
No, you're talking about working for as far as the people that are the business owners. We're talking about working with.
Huh? I'm talking about working around too.
Right. I'm saying the majority of the people that we worked around in the call center environment were black people. Majority.
I'm talking about the majority. You said the majority. We're not just talking about you now. We're talking about the majority.
I'm telling.
Because the majority of the world just not working call centers.
No, and I agree. A majority of black people working in jobs work mostly around black people. Majority.
Pull it up. Show it to me. You got stuff for that because if you say we work for crackers,
he talking about working for. Think about it.
I get what you're saying. Majority of the business owners in America.
No, I'm saying, but he making it.
Don't white people outnumber black people in America?
Don't who?
Do not white people outnumber black people in America?
That is correct, but we don't work in the same fields. We work in the customer service field as it relates to the different restaurants, which a majority of black people own, as far as in the supermarkets, which a majority of black people work in.
I'm just showing you where the numbers don't support you because
but that's not correct. We don't work in the same fields.
You said majority of black people don't
work. A lot of us do.
No, I'm saying work in as far as working as far as the fast food eateries, the supermarkets,
the low paying
jobs. I'm saying that's what we work at. A majority of us work at. I'm not saying that just because they outnumber us 100 and some million to 30 million in the States.
We don't rub elbows with white folks.
Right, you don't. That is correct. And that shit is absolutely absurd to think otherwise. You got it's like 1 or 2 black people at your job, cuz.
I've always worked around both.
How many black people work at your job?
Huh?
How many black people work at your job?
It's more white than black.
Okay, do you know how many black people work at your job?
Not in the total building. I can tell you how many probably work on my floor.
How many?
Probably like 5.
Out of what, Coop? 5 out of what?
Shit, probably like 40 or 50.
But see, Coop, you gotta also take in the field that you in.
Coop is a senior buyer at a damn hospital.
That's what I'm saying. So Coop, you have to take into consideration the field you in too, though. So see, you in a different field than what majority will be in.
I'm taking into consideration of the fact what I see every day. So when I see and what my friends and what we all talk about, a lot of people talk about how many white people at their job, from nurses.
But Coop, that's gonna be tough to say because when you say what you see every day, shit, what you see when you go to Walmart?
Yeah, that's the
or Super One.
When I see a lot of Mexicans when I go to Walmart.
Oh, you know what nigga is in Texas? Hey, them they tough too. They tough too, man.
Yeah, but they still minorities though.
But they tough.
I'm saying no, I'm not. Let's move on. Harry, I ain't got time for this shit with you today, boy.
What?
As we get older, do we tend to settle, men and women?
You know, I thought bro 28 was gonna keep it real on this subject on the cool.
Who is that?
That's bro Sean, cuz. I'm
27.
I'm a little bit disappointed, cuz.
They went from 22 to
You want to know why women and men settle? You want to know why?
I already knew it.
The older we get, we realize that women ain't shit and men ain't shit. So if you find you somebody that's somewhat of some shit, then yeah, you gonna settle. Because when you look at what the fuck everything else around, it ain't shit.
Somewhat of some shit. Listen, brother, I can honestly tell
Somewhat
you.
of some shit.
I can honestly tell you with every fiber in my bone, I don't know one lady that's willing to settle for a nigga who cheats some of the time, not all the time.
Shit.
I don't know any.
Shit.
I think they all.
I guarantee if
most of them subconsciously.
If that nigga bringing that, if he bringing that bread home,
what I said is,
whoa.
As far as being able to say it.
Whoa.
No. I mean, like, okay, you got a cat who cheats often versus a cat who cheats here and there. Like, I don't know any women who distinguishes the two.
If they pay them, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but you know, some women do deal with shit differently as it relates to how much she's willing to deal with.
Yeah, she just fuck a nigga on the side too. Right or wrong?
They can do that shit regardless how much a nigga make.
Which is why I said the older that you get, you realize there's a lot of women and men out here that ain't shit.
Moolah.
They ain't shit. So you know what? If you got you somebody that you comfortable with, like, you know what? I could deal. You know what? I'd rather deal with this because I ain't finna deal with that other shit.
Because I know his ain't shit tendencies.
Just straight up. I know. Hey.
So not directly.
Not directly to you, bro.
Nigga pointing at you.
I'm gonna ask what they hear, nigga.
What's going on, boy?
No, not directly, but no, like, yeah, you know what? I know what this motherfucker gonna do. I know how this motherfucker think. I know when they say this, they gonna say that. You know what? I'd just rather deal with this shit.
Okay, I tell you what, Harry. I've met a woman or two that were in relationships with a nigga.
Or two.
On the low end. Okay. That have been with a nigga and they stay with buddy because they know.
Exactly.
You know what? I already know you ain't shit.
But I'm going to deal with it.
But I'm going to deal with it for whatever the reason.
Yep.
So I agree with you, it never go. I just don't think it's widespread that you're saying it.
Here's why I think it is. Here's another reason why I think it is. Kids play a factor into that. As we get older, we have kids with this person. Like, you know what? Some niggas don't want to be on that child support. So some niggas like, you know what? I'll just stay there. You know, then you have some women who, when they be like, you know what? I don't just want to bring any nigga around my kid. So you know what? I'll just rather the daddy be there. And they gonna deal with the bullshit coming from that man, and they stay there.
No. Let me ask you this. How many relationships do you think end based off infidelity? A lot. So somebody ain't settling for something then, bro. Somebody ain't settling for something.
Somebody probably just getting just stupid with it. Like, god damn, nigga.
You stepping out. So you think that's what they all is on?
Some shit like
it wasn't one time. It wasn't one time. It's every other month with you.
Shit, every other week with some nigga like, nigga.
That's a tough ass nigga.
You just gonna
keep on, huh? You know she know. You just gonna keep on, huh? Just gonna say fuck it.
She ain't going nowhere, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Have my cake.
But now, cuz, like, man, come on, man, you ain't even talked about this shit, Sean. Like, cuz, when you really see what's out there, cuz.
Hair disappointing you, brother.
I really thought he was gonna say this shit on the cool, cuz he say it every time we bring it up on cool, like, shit. Cause women and niggas ain't shit.
I agree, but I don't think that's.
But no, you said here, like, you said on the show, like, look here, bro, I ain't settling. You was like, cuz, and people need to understand, out here dating, it's some bullshit out here, cuz. Yeah. But like, but we talking about like, but for majority.
Listen,
majority, the older they get,
a woman is gonna have to brainwash me to believe that she's faithful and
which
honest.
is why you are different. But we talking about majority for majority.
You do the same motherfucking thing. Your ass would
but
too.
everybody
Ass
is
too.
different though. But Sean, we talking about
But
majority.
listen,
Come
nobody.
on, man. Listen. How many niggas we never do that?
Never do what? Do what?
Like for the majority of the niggas that we know that had a mind frame that you have as far as like when we come with dating.
What I'm telling, not a lot, to be honest with you.
That's my
But
point.
my point is this: I don't know a nigga that's willingly going to go into a relationship, a committed relationship, or try to be committed, knowing that there's an out that I can only trust her a little bit. I can only trust her 50% of the time. I don't know no nigga finna do that shit.
So when you go into a relationship, a previous relationship, you was like, what percentage of the trust did you have in?
I ain't even think about it. She wasn't important to me back then. I'm telling you right now, present moment, she gonna have to brainwash me to believe that she's honest and trustworthy, all that favor, all that shit. She gonna have to.
But then
or
we
in a
already
relationship.
know-
But previous relationship, you ain't think about it. You ain't
I ain't give a fuck. I was doing me. I ain't give a fuck. Man.
Whoa, hold on, black man. You ain't never cheated. So we ain't gonna say
I said I was doing me. You can say how you take it how you want to take it.
Take that out, bro.
Take it how you want to take it. I was doing me.
It was a tough out.
Take it how you want to take it.
Tough enough.
Hey,
Tough out.
we gonna
I stopped.
I was tough out doing me.
Hey, I bet you talk,
I was doing me.
Didn't give a shit.
But now,
Next question.
But how many times we sit up here and said, cause like shit, women are sneaky and conniving.
They are, man.
So how she gonna prove it to you, cuz? When you already know in the back of your head she can still be out doing some other shit.
No, there's an opportunity for anybody to cheat, brother. I'm not saying the opportunity or the temptation leaves. I'm
Yeah, you
just
ain't
saying.
stopping nothing, cuz.
Yeah, you ain't stop. I'm not trying to stop a goddamn thing.
Joe the real.
I'm telling you, she gonna have to brainwash me to believe that shit.
Joe the real.
Joe is motherfucking truth. Joe the truth, dog. I mean, Joe the truth. Joe is in the form of a past nigga, previous nigga, work husband nigga, yeah, trapping nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joe the real deal, and Joe is real.
Nigga real.
In all forms of fashion. You two yourself may have been Jody at one point in time.
At one point in time.
But you two yourself may
And
have
had no
also been
complaints.
Jody
Ben Jody, yeah.
at one point in time. You all have your turn. We all have my turn.
Call karma, guys.
Hey,
It come back.
it come.
Like a fat bitch on a Friday night.
Better know it, cuz. But nah, man. Older you get, you just realize, man, like, I just really just ain't got time to deal with the extra shit. And, hey, I know this person, been knowing them. I know how they gonna move all that shit.
Doing that shit.
I mean, we couldn't see ourselves doing, but that's why I said majority.
I'm telling you right now.
I think majority, cuz. Majority of niggas would be like, cuz, man, you know what, fuck it. I got this meal at the crib. You know, she gonna take, let me tell her, she gonna take care of this. She
So
gonna
you
take care
talking
of
about
that.
somebody who's currently in a relationship and they settle with the motherfucker they with versus
Yeah,
you?
versus like some normal shit that they would sell
We
with.
having a completely different conversation and I just realized it.
Yeah, then they would. Like, they done been with this person for so long. Probably still ain't married. None of that shit. Like, you know what, cuz I ain't even finna go nowhere. Probably still ain't finna get married, but they ain't finna go nowhere.
So they been settled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They been selling. That's why I say that's why kids and shit will play a factor. And they're like, you know what, cuz I ain't trying to get in this child support, all that shit. I'm just gonna stick around, cuz.
In that regard, I can agree with it. Yeah. But when I was speaking, I'm talking about walking into a situation.
Oh, no, walking into a situation, no, you
I
ain't
don't
do that
think
shit.
you're gonna go in that shit thinking
Nah.
the motherfucker gonna cheat or knowing or whatever the case may be.
Nah. Not walking into it, but I mean, that's why I say, shit, you build a comfort level around that person. Mm-hmm. So, shit, you like, hey, you know what? I know what the fuck this motherfucker gonna do, all this and all that. I'd rather deal with that shit than to just deal with all this other shit that's going on out here right now. I'm cool.
I have a question for you, Harry. How do you feel about the issue as it relates to the double standard around, just say, Bill and Cardi, as far as
That shit wild, cuz. Like, that shit wild and that shit crazy. Any female that sit up there and really just kind of condone that shit because they want to sit up there and say, oh, that's the lifestyle, that shit. I mean, that girl was a stripper. A stripper. Getting a nigga to a hotel room, sitting up here saying, you finna fuck him, do all this and do all that, cuz that ain't got shit to do with dancing on the pole.
That ain't part of her job description.
That shit ain't got shit to do with dancing on the pole, player. Like nothing.
That's wild.
Even in a private set, that ain't got shit to do with dancing, cuz.
she said they were willing participants, brother.
Bruh. Hey, then she doubled back and said it can't be considered rape because the nigga dick got hard. Nigga, what?
Real though. Yeah, somebody gotta get it down now. She was there. So.
Well, she also said
So
she
if a
had,
bra get wet,
but
is
she
it
got-
rape? And I mean, like, what the, so if a bra get wet, is it rape?
You're not gonna. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's a good question.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's rape. Nigga, fuck
Okay, then, so why that rape Cardi?
I ain't said what. And she also said, brother, because I don't know if you up on it, that when she drug him up, she had trainers come in and give him head.
Straight up.
What?
Yeah.
Why would she do that? Like, what was the purpose in that?
Just so if you try to get back, she tell you, you been with the nigga. You had a nigga give you head.
Damn, Cardi B tough.
It's vote.
Shit, this might need to kill that bitch. God damn.
One brother came out, man.
He already came out.
I wouldn't have said nothing. Nathan, I'd have to die with that one.
Well, he ain't saying nothing about the training part. But
Oh, and he don't know. He don't know shit. You just said he don't know.
no, I'm saying she
admitted this, cuz.
That's tough, dog.
herself.
Like, yeah, ain't nobody know. Herself, dog.
Ain't nobody prompt her.
Nah.
Nobody coerced her to do this shit.
What happened was she got mad because people were saying,
it was a few years ago. Maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3
It
years
don't fucking matter. They got bills for something.
I get it. I don't disagree with that. It don't matter as far as years. She was just as far as saying that she ain't earned what she had.
Hey, but you know what though? I wasn't up on the latter part of what you just told me, but I will say this: I did hear about the little rant she went on social media, but we talked about here on this show. Women don't want to apologize for shit. They make excuse for every motherfucking thing in the book.
She blamed rap.
Yeah.
Like they talk about
they're talking about killing niggas and shooting niggas and slanging the cocaine and all this and all of that. Oh, but I say something about roofing this man and I'm wrong. Cuz these words out her mouth, folks.
This is a prime example of why you can't progress with a guy right here. Because you can't admit your motherfucking faults. Because I'm talking about ain't nothing never your damn fault. Like, you know what? You got the Me Too movement. You got women coming out in Brussels talking about how they stand for this, and we not gonna tolerate this no more. We got this guy come to a cease. But I bet ain't none of them women throwing her ass under the motherfucker. Ain't nobody been consistent.
All these women backing her, cuz.
Cool, what you think, Coach?
That was she had to do what she had to do. I get it. I understand. But cuz. That
Cool,
got
what
shit
you
to do
think,
with
brother?
this. But throw them titties around, cuz.
Hell no,
She sure ain't got no titties.
Brother Cool.
You checked out. You pissed him off.
What's up?
What you think about that Cardi situation, brother?
I ain't even, like I told you, brother, it ain't even on my radar.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I ain't been paying attention to it, brother. I ain't read nothing about it, none of it. All I heard is supposedly she said something about she put something in somebody's drink. I don't know.
Yeah, she said she roofed them.
Yeah, she would be in the strip club. She'll tell these niggas that, they finna go back to the hotel. They finna fuck, all this, all that. Nigga get back to the hotel room. She roofed their ass and robbed.
That's a tough ass double
And then
standard.
she
And then she had training suck their dick. So if they say something, then she can use that against them.
That's a tough
Nah,
ass
she
standard right
wrong
there.
for this. Well, she wrong for this shit. But it ain't been on my radar. Yeah, that's some evil shit.
What you think about it, nigga? Come on out with the truth.
Man, listen. Man, I don't know. I mean, you gotta think about these movements as far as the ones that was at the bill. They should be at the her ass too.
Double standard.
Because they ain't saying shit.
I ain't heard them say shit.
Like nothing.
You pick and choose what you want to be mad at in this motherfucker.
Straight up.
That's why.
And the killing part is like she admitted, like she came out with this shit herself. Ain't nobody like prompt this shit. Ain't nobody come out. I mean, she just came out with this shit. I don't give a fuck how long ago. She came out with this on live.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this shit.
It just came out with this information her motherfucking self. It'd be like, well, damn, like why y'all like what? Listen, that's one thing that I have. I don't know why people do this. Maybe it's just me and a generational gap or whatnot. But I've seen old niggas do that shit too. Where they just put every fucking thing on either Facebook or just Instagram. Like, what the fuck you doing? Where you going? Who you with? What you done did? Like, why the fuck would you even do some shit like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just an old nigga, man. I don't know.
I don't understand how we pick and choose what we want to be mad at to, I guess, make excuses for what we continue to support. Like we were talking about with it escapes my mind at the moment. I guess the point I'm trying to make, like with R. Kelly, you were saying how you're able. Some people were able to separate him from the music. I don't know how you do that. You know what I'm saying?
Because that nigga music made you think about that shit on the go. Who the fuck was this nigga talking to?
Yeah, but even like I remember like when the shit first hit the fan, when he had that series, that show on Lifetime, he was still doing he just sold out concerts in some spots. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody
After this shit.
Nobody really thought enough to say like, you know
In
what?
Chicago.
I gotta
In
stop supporting
Chicago,
this nigga.
Chi-Town.
Like, how do you support somebody who's a monster like that? Where here you go, like that's some crazy. Like I'm
And
still
you had
trying to
women
see.
saying, shit, tie me up.
He on me.
And I got female friends who said they're gonna continue to support Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Because they either didn't believe it or you know what, it's an attack on the black man. However you want to sit here and make excuse for it, man. That you know that's your
Yeah,
business.
but I mean, I agree that it's an attack on a black man, but at the same time, that nigga
crime
deserved
was
this
the
shit.
crime. The crime
yeah,
was the crime.
that nigga deserved this shit.
Right.
It's just
so-
like when you attacking him and Mike, like if they did the shit,
They did the
they
shit.
did the shit. But at the same time, you can't let the likes of old boy from these white guys, my guy from I forgot these white Charlie Sheen, the other dude who don't donate to Democrat who just killed another black dude in his house. I mean, it's a slew of white dudes that
Hey, I need a documentary on
the wine.
You talking about Ed Book?
Yeah, Ed Book, Weinstein, all these people, man. Like it's just that, like, damn, if you gonna get them, get these niggas too, cause these niggas doing this.
Like
same
they were
horrible
worse,
shit.
cuz.
Man, it's all horrible. But I mean, these niggas ain't shit. Just like these niggas ain't shit. So get them off. But anyway, man, thanks for tuning in to another edition of The Truth. Check us out on all platforms: YouTube, Twitter, what else? Instagram,
Facebook.
Instagram,
SoundCloud, iPod app, and hot
702.5 FM Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
like them good mouth.
Say that.
Roll Tide.